Saturday here at Gen Con 2024 continues. In fact, Paizo Inc. is my final interview of Saturday, and we're going to have two special guests, and then John Compton.
Oh boy.
Oh, I joke around, I kid. No, John is one of our special guests, and we are going to talk about the new releases from Paizo Inc. that people are very excited about. If you watch the channel, you know I've already done a Paizo preview for this month, so you've gotten a taste of these. Yeah. So let's first talk about the Player Core 2 for Pathfinder.
Absolutely.
Which includes my favorite class, the Champion.
Yeah, and oh boy, things sure have changed up in a good way for the Champion. So Pathfinder, or Player Core 2, in many ways is analogous to the Advanced Player's Guide of Pathfinder 1st Edition. Mm-hmm. It's more options, more ancestries, more classes, more skill feats, all of it.
More.
And some of it's going to be very familiar because it is us giving a remastered spin and representation to some of the classes. Mm-hmm. But there's also plenty of newer content in here as well.
Right. I did notice that. I have not had an opportunity to read through it yet because I shot video the day before. It showed up the day before I left to come out here. But they look pretty impressive.
Yeah, so like some of the classes are ones where, you know, it's been a lighter touch, but Champion, even the Alchemists have gotten some really positive changes that I'm so excited for. So Champion is their ally, their spirit connection, so their shield, their weapon, the steed, operates a little bit differently, and their edicts operate a lot more differently, or their cause. So when you choose to be a champion, you choose whether to be holy, unholy, or none of the above. You have to follow what it says on your god. Right. But whichever one of those three you choose helps to shape which of the causes you can do. So you can't choose tyranny or corruption if you choose holy. That sort of thing. But it gives a lot more of that freed from the alignment paradigm approach to the class, which has been long overdue.
But it still does allow you to tie into a deity as opposed to, well, you can just do it whatever you want.
Absolutely. There still is the expectation of a deity, certainly for the Lost Omens setting, but, you know, home game, do what you like.
Of course. Well, yes, right. We're not telling you. John's not coming to your house telling you, hey, you're playing Pathfinder wrong.
No, we have a rules and design team for that.
Right. Oh, Pinkertons? No. So you also have the first adventure in a brand new adventure path. It's a 3-parter.
Yeah.
And it is theater related. And it is Curtain Call.
Yeah.
That's a first adventure. That's not the adventure path name, but
the adventure path name is Curtain Call. It's stage fright for the first adventure.
That was it. Yes.
So this is a 3-part adventure that is level 11 through 20. And normally when you think of something like a put on a play sort of adventure, that seems like a low-level thing.
Right.
But the premise of this is that your characters are the subjects of this opera. There's an eccentric producer who's basically tracked you down and said, I'm going to fund it, I'm going to give you a venue, we're going to create it, you're going to help, and we're going to make it all about what you have accomplished earlier in life. So this is one where the player's guide is going to be able to help you say, all right, we have new characters, how do we want to figure out, what is our backstory here? Why are we famous? Or, because it starts at 11, you could play a level 1 through 10 adventure path and then jump right into this and follow up on all of the stories that you had. Like, there's a comparison for those who've watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. Mm-hmm. The final season has the play about the main cast and how goofy it is. Now all of them are like, what? No, not like that. I can imagine that happening all over the place with this adventure path. It's going to be starting with a little bit of more like operatic shenanigans, but you're going to find that it's a role-playing game. There are going to be interruptions, of course. And so as those interruptions start to strike, the show must go on, and you're going to find yourself in the perfect place to be following up on a couple of really big events that are happening in the area without fully abandoning the concept of putting on the play.
Right.
That's one of the important things for me for an adventure path is making sure that the initial theme, the initial pitch, carries through to the end.
Yes.
Because sometimes you get adventures that are like bait and switch. You're like, all right, we were told it was a mystery, and it was for 4 pages, and now it's a dungeon crawl.
Right.
So we're very cognizant of that feedback that we've gotten from fans and applying it here.
Very nice. Any final thoughts you want to share with the audience, John?
Yeah, so this also loosely ties into some of the War of Immortals storyline. You'll find that several of our adventures do, several of our products do. The War of Immortals is an upcoming sort of plot arc across our entire campaign setting. We've teased some of it on some other interviews and like Paizo live shows, stuff like that.
Right.
Where several of our gods are going to be taken out. We're shaking things up, and when gods die, they oftentimes scatter little gooey bits of, well, Gorum all over the place,
Right.
and that can enable all sorts of great conflict, mythic content, who knows what.
Right. Fantastic. John, thank you very much for taking some time out to talk about the new Pathfinder releases. All right, so now Jenny Jarzabski.
He did it. He got it. And we lost him, folks. Sorry, no more interview. Just kidding.
If I get it wrong, you might say that. That's actually how I pronounced it in the preview video for this month's Paizo releases, so
Good
I
job.
actually got it right for a change. Jenny's going to talk Starfinder with us because a lot of people are very excited about the Starfinder playtest, which arrived in print on the 1st. So it's in stores, it's here, selling like hotcakes. Jenny has been answering thousands of people's questions about it. It's true, I'm not making that up.
No, you're not.
So, one of the cool things about the playtest is Starfinder is now going to be completely compatible with Pathfinder 2nd Edition Remastered.
That's right. That's right. And we mean that. That's not just, you have to do adjustments or like GM has to figure out how to make that work. It is really plug and play. Now, you might have different experiences when you mix that content. Like, for instance, in Starfinder, ranged weapons, guns are going to be more common. So maybe if you put some Pathfinder monsters, like some little like elemental scamps or some imps, they're not going to last as long as they would against a Pathfinder party, because the Starfinder party would just shoot them down. But they do work. They are balanced correctly. Same thing. You could have a fighter in space using doshkos and a laser rifle if you wanted to with this new system.
Right.
It's really exciting.
And you're right. It's not just marketing speak where it's completely compatible as long as you use the 25-page conversion guide in the back of the book.
We don't have that.
But I do want to point out, and I mentioned this in the preview, that it is a playtest book, so you must have the player core, GM core in order to utilize it.
Yes. Our full release, which will be next year at Gen Con, after we've had a chance to do our play test and implement that feedback, it will be a standalone book and you won't need to own any Pathfinder books. But for now, if you want to play test, you want to grab that commemorative book while it lasts, there's really not that many left, but we do have a few, or download those rules for free on starfinderplaytest.com, then you do need those Pathfinder rules because it's built on that system.
Right. And then, I don't know, for some strange reason, seeing I did a preview video, I believe you are the author of A Cosmic Birthday, which
I am.
Just happens to be the Starfinder playtest adventure.
It is. So A Cosmic Birthday takes you through levels 1 to about 3 or 4 if you finish all the encounters and explore everything. We're presenting it not as a stress test in a situation room with waves of enemies, but more as a fully realized story. So it's like any other module you would get from Pathfinder or Starfinder at Paizo.
Right.
It's basically just made to test those new rules, and it goes with that playtest rulebook that we're talking about.
And there's a flip mat that goes with it.
Yes, we have a flip mat as well. It actually has 4 maps. 2 of them are from that A Cosmic Birthday adventure. 2 are from an adventure we'll be releasing in October called Empires Devoured. Yep. That's written by Thurston Hillman. He is our former managing creative director and now associate publisher at Paizo. He's pretty cool. That's a pretty fun adventure, higher level, and it also has 2 of those maps in the playtest map pack you just mentioned. So you get that, and that's going to set you up for the long-form playtest adventures.
So those are the brand new Starfinder releases that if you were here, you could pick up, but you have not missed out. They are in your friendly local game store, as long as it's a cool game store that carries Paizo. Any final thoughts you'd like to share with the audience?
I just want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for playing Pathfinder and Starfinder, and I really hope you'll play our games. They are compatible. It's a really exciting time. You can mix that sci-fi chocolate and that fantasy peanut butter together and make something really cool. Or you can just play a standalone game of Starfinder, science fantasy. So please join us in space.
And I should mention, Jenny told me that if you have any complaints about the playtest adventure, you can just mail her directly out.
go to starfinderplaytest.com and fill out our 4 surveys. We would love to hear your feedback, complaints or otherwise. We like compliments, but complaints are fine too because it helps us improve the game.
Exactly.
Yes.
Jenny, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for taking time out here at Gen Con to share the latest Starfinder releases.
Yes, thank you.